Salute to Knicks Nation, CP the franchise here. You know, a lot of you guys DM me and let me know how much KnicksFanTV means to you, how much it's gotten you through a tough time, especially during the pandemic. Some of you even DM me and said that you were depressed, you were going through a lot of anxiety, and the show really helped you get through a tough spot in your life. And so regardless of if you've been clinically diagnosed with depression or anxiety, or you're just somebody who's just looking to get your life back on the right track, therapy can really give you the tools to approach your life in a different way. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more accessible and more affordable. And that's very important because in today's day and age, it's very difficult to find a therapy that you like in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a simple questionnaire, a couple of questions, BetterHelp can match you with a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. Try it out using the link below. That's betterhelp.com/KnicksFanTV, and they will give you $10 off your first month. And because finding a therapist is a little bit like dating, sometimes it can be hard, and sometimes you pick one that you don't like. Have no fear, because with BetterHelp, you can switch and find the therapist that works best for you without stressing about insurance or who's in your network or anything like that. And as I said before, it doesn't mean that you've got something wrong with you. It just means that you could be looking to get your life back on track. I've taken therapy before, and it's helped me in droves in terms of getting my life in order and getting back on the right track. So I highly recommend it. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the video description or just go to betterhelp.com/KnicksFanTV for $10 off your... All right, salute to Knicks Nation on this Monday evening. Another edition of Knicks KFTV postgame live presented by Manscaped. On tonight's episode, man, Knicks go into Boston with a 3-game winning streak. No RJ Barrett in this game. And after the first half, you thought, you know what? Knicks are going to be in for a ride, but they were in for a wild ride because in the second half, the Boston Celtics would turn up the Jets, man. Defensively locked in, and offensively, their big gunners took them home. Jayson Tatum, 35 points. Knicks had no answer for Tatum, and Boston would run away with this thing in the second and the fourth quarter. 114-98. Knicks 3-game winning streak snapped. Julius Randle, 25 points. Jalen Brunson, 26. But RJ Barrett, we need you. Another edition of KFTV postgame live. CP the franchise here on the Solo Dolo. Lock in, hit that like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Another edition of KFTV postgame live, man. And a disappointing loss for sure. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, and the phone lines are up, 657-383-1509. Call us with your takeaways. And for me, first and foremost, the main storyline here was RJ Barrett out with a migraine. Out with a migraine. You be the judge. But, you know, Knicks missing their best player, their hottest player right now, and that was a tough one going into Boston. You know, is it a migraine? Is it resting the knee on a back-to-back? I'll let you guys be the judge of it, but I'm putting my tinfoil hat on with this one. You know, migraine. We'll see. Time will tell. But either way, they went in there with Josh Hart in the starting unit. And look, in the beginning of the game, things were clicking for the Knicks. I thought things were looking really good. Ball movement, very good. Thought Jalen and Julius set a really good tone. Jalen Brunson out the gate was just cooking. They had Jaylen Brown start off the game on him. Drew Holiday started off on Julius Randle. And then they had Derek White roaming between Josh Hart and Quentin Grimes. And in the beginning, Jalen Brunson was going to work. He was getting into his bag. I thought Julius did a good job both facilitating and scoring, being aggressive on both ends of the court. And things were looking good. Knicks were knocking down their threes. And things were looking really good. Things were looking really good. However, the end of the half got a little chaotic. You know, Brunson knocked down his shot near the end, and then Jaylen Brown would finish the half with a three of his own. And then in the second half, it was mostly Boston. Third quarter was not crisp for the Knicks. I did not like how they executed in the third. 6 turnovers in the third, and they had 4 in the first half. 6 in the third quarter alone. So I thought that was a combination of Boston really locking in defensively and the Knicks just really settling, not getting into their offense quick enough, holding on to the ball too much, and just making a lot of boneheaded plays on both ends of the floor, but offensively and defensively. Some bad fouls as well. Boston's bench hurt him. You had Sam Hauser, Doogie Howser's brother, killing him again, 4 for 6 from downtown for young Sam Hauser. 12 points for him off the bench. And then in the fourth, it was Tatum time. It was Jayson Tatum time, just destroying the Knicks, getting into his bag. 35 points for Tatum. They had Josh Hart checking him. He was shooting right over Josh Hart. Knicks need a wing. No wing presence out there. And the Knicks got exposed. But look, in the second half, when you have superstars like that who can get into their bag, there's really nothing you can do. And that was Jayson Tatum. And a lot of the contested shots that Boston was missing in the first half, they made them. They made them in the second half and in the fourth quarter. And a lot of that was Jayson Tatum. He just made a lot of tough shots. But that's what superstars do. That's what superstars do. And before you knew it, it was over early for the Knicks. 114-98. 3-game winning streak snapped. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie to you. I wanted this game. I felt like, we were in control in at some points of this game. We were very much in control, and then, things really turned for the Knicks in the second half. Kristaps Porzingis, good green by KP, 21 points, 7-11 from the field, 3-6 from downtown. I was really watching the KP versus Mitch battle. Mitch had some opportunities there in terms of, trying to hold KP off of the glass, but again, the perimeter defense and the perimeter threat that is Kristaps Porzingis just really can compromise your defense and really make your defense think a little bit, because the way that he's able to play off of both Tatum and Brown in pick and roll, in pick and pop situations, it's tough. And then defensively, I thought Boston did a really good job. I mean, Knicks had 18 points in the paint tonight. What is up with that? I mean, overall in the season, they've been lackluster in terms of points in the paint. That was a big strength of theirs during the Tom Thibodeau era. But tonight, they only mustered up 18 points in the paint and gave up 34 to Boston. But, when Boston rolled out that, Porzingis and Horford lineup, and I'm seeing us out there still rolling around with Josh Hart at the 4, got a little dicey. Couldn't hang. We were overmatched by their size. This was a night where the size mattered. No pun intended. Yeah, 18. Scott Novak, 18. 18 points in the paint for the Knicks. I mean, that's what the Knicks will usually have in like a quarter last year. They used to average about 54. They used to average about 54 points in the paint. And so now they put up a quarter's worth. So that's a little interesting. That's a little interesting trend to watch as the season continues. Like, why aren't we getting those points in the paint? It's between Julius, Jalen, RJ as well when he comes back healthy. You got to be able to do that because you can't just rely on threes. And the Knicks did shoot the ball well from 3. 42% for the Knicks tonight, for damn near 43, and 44 for Boston. But Wiley said this on the telecast, and I thought he was spot on. Wiley, when it came out from break, from halftime into the third quarter, and Breen was asking Wiley Serbiak, what would you change if you were the Knicks? And Wiley was like, the 3-pointers. They need to shoot more threes. And Breen was like, well, they shot 42%. What do you mean? And Wiley was saying, look, they still had open threes that they were either passing up or not making. And when you talk about passing up, it's Josh Hart, it's Quentin Grimes being gun shy. You can't do that. And then there were open ones that they were missing. And against a 3-point shooting team like Boston, hey, in the first half it wasn't falling down. Second half it was. Now you're going to get outgunned if you can't keep up. Because you can't keep up. You're going to get outgunned. You're going to get outgunned. You can't be gun shy out there. And the one 3 that Josh Hart hit where he bounces it off of Drew Holiday's back and then knocks it down. Yeah, that's going viral on Twitter. But it also should expose what is a problem in terms of him being scared to shoot sometimes. And the Hart minutes are very interesting, man, because it's like you love what he can give to this team when it is right. 43 minutes tonight, 6 of 12 from the field for Hart, 3 of 6 from downtown, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 16 points. But there's other times when the spacing gets clogged up, the tentativeness kills you. It's so weird. It's so weird, man, because he gives them so much, and then his negatives can sometimes compound the issue for this team. It's very interesting, the Hart dynamic. But bottom line, RJ, we need you tonight. We needed you tonight. So take some Excedrin, somebody send him some Advil. Rest up, because they're going to need him when they go back to the A. Tough loss, 114-98. Quick, another factor or non-factor in this game. Quick, 1 for 10 from downtown for Quick, 7 points. I picked the lower number. Underdog Fantasy had Quickly's 3-pointers at 6.5 threes. I took the lower on that one, and I got it. I think I cashed out on my ticket tonight, matter of fact. We'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that, because the Knicks might have lost, but CP the franchise definitely won. So we'll definitely get to that. But yeah, Quick, a non-factor. A lot of his shots just simply weren't falling. A lot of quick shots just weren't falling for him out there. And so the bench unit, which is strong and is stronger when RJ Barrett plays, wasn't there tonight. It just wasn't there tonight. Because Quickly with 5, he had Quickly at 7, DiVincenzo with 5. And that was about it. Hart with 3. Brian Arante says, where was IQ tonight? He's a Celtics slayer. Yeah, he should have been. Should have been eating Peyton Pritchard's food tonight. But he wasn't there. Was not there. So that was that, man. Quentin Grimes tried to get it popping in the third. He had 3 threes in the third. But again, I didn't like how they came out in that third. It was too much dribbling, over-dribbling, a lot of late shot clock execution. Part of that, good credit to Boston. But overall, I didn't like the Knicks. They weren't patient enough and weren't moving the ball enough in the second half. I thought they settled too much and allowed Boston to be the aggressor, whereas in the first half, the Knicks were the aggressor. So we go 5-5 through the 10. Couldn't get to 6-4. We go 5-5 through 10. Tough. I would have wanted this one, but not terrible through a tough schedule through 10 games. But I did want this one. Not going to lie to you guys. I definitely wanted this one. Only 17 dimes for the Knicks. They had 10 in the first half. Finished with 17. 27 dimes for the Celtics. And that was all she wrote, man. 114-98. Call us up with your takes, man. 657-383-1509. Or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. You could definitely hit us up on the KFTV Discord. But, yeah, overall, just wasn't the result that we were looking for, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Number one show for the fans, by the fans, is on and popping tonight. CP the franchise with you guys. CP on the solo dolo, matter of fact. Let me put some respect on my name. Alex was at the game tonight. Alex was in the mix. He was at the game. And so, no Alex tonight. Hopefully he got out of there, safely. Now those people in Boston do. Not the most polite, not the most friendly. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal Chuck D. $10 Super Chat says, Boston home win superstar fourth quarter takeover with a missing key. What are we talking about? LOL, that missing 1,000-foot game one. Tick me not this one. We punched 3 quarters as Lilliputians. We see them. Well, they got one more to go against Boston. And hopefully they'll have RJ Barrett in the midst and get some revenge. We'll get him in there and get some revenge. But yeah, definitely not mentioned. Definitely. All right, who else we got in here? Salute to all franchise channel members. Salute to Dimitri. Gamba, salute. You got Triple M in the building. John, salute. Unknown, salute. Hard Tackle CB, salute. D-Block 1755, salute to all of our channel members. Gregory Weiner is in the building. He was with us on the NBA Report today and also tonight for postgame. So Gregory Weiner pulling double duty. So salute to you guys. Hit that like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to the phones. Dan from New Jersey, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Wah.
How you feeling, man? You don't sound too good, man. How you feeling?
Honestly, CP, I'm all right, man.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of got and ask the truth real quick. You know, we came out of probably the hardest 10-game stretch of anybody in the season, and you know, we came out with the 500 record, so that's always valid. You know, there were a lot of games that we were real tight with. We were tight with the Celtics that first game. We were tight with the Cavs. So you know, I don't really think the record indicates how good this team is or how good we're going to be, but one thing is really, really obvious to me. And it's that while RJ Barrett may not be the best player on this team yet, I'm going to say yet, I got a lot of respect for you, Brunson, so I'm not going to do you like that. I think that right now, I think he's the most important one to our offense. When I'm seeing the Knicks trying to get the ball across half court, and I'm seeing Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo with the ball in their hands to initiate a play. And next thing you know, we got 7 seconds left on the shot clock, and nobody's even got to look at the rim yet. That's how I know, you know, this offense is stagnant. Like, I will credit the Celtics because, you know, the Celtics are a really, really tough team defensively. They have like a lot of really good wings, a lot of really good defensive players, and you got to give them credit. But at the same time, the Knicks are lagging when initiating the offense. I'm seeing even Brunson walking the ball up with just he's a little bit too lax quickly sometimes. He's not really, he's taking his time a little bit too much. I understand that the Knicks are a half-court team, but
but really they shouldn't be. They got to be playing faster. That's the problem. They have to be playing faster. But it's just, you know, they can never put it together consistently.
I think you're absolutely right in that, because if you look at the players we got, Quickly's great in the open court. He usually makes good decisions. Randall, he's a bulldozer. He could definitely make some damage down there if he hustles. We know RJ's one of the better fast break players in the NBA. That should really be the style of offense we're aiming for. And with RJ, the offense just flows better. I feel like we've got more tempo. I feel like you know, he gives us a little bit more spacing, the way that he's been shooting lately, even though Hart was shooting it pretty well tonight, and so was Grimes. I just really think we need RJ in this team for everything to come together offensively. Defensively, I liked it. I liked what I saw. And, you know, it was a valiant effort. You know, Celtics cooked us. It happens, man. But, you know, it's going to be a good season regardless.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're getting some fives in the chat there, Dan. I think people are feeling your comments, man. It's a good take.
Appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful night, CP.
Yeah, man. I'll let your boy. Stay up. Dan from New Jersey. Let's hear from Sam from New Jersey. Keep it in Jersey. Sam, what's going on?
CP, how we doing?
Good,
Thanks
man.
for having me. Love what you guys are doing.
Good.
Keep it up.
Yep. Thank you.
I'll be quick. Just a couple things I wanted to ask about. One, need the current Julius Randle synopsis. I feel like it's a love-hate relationship for me. Like, every time I'm watching and he's dribbling for like 30 seconds or more, I can't breathe. That's one. Number two, I know it's early in the season, but where are you thinking in terms of Knicks finishing in the regular season standings at the end? You know, our ceiling, our floor, and your expectation. That's it. I'll keep it a buck. Love what you're doing.
Yeah.
We here.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. As far as ceiling, I mean, I think 1, 2, and 3 are pretty, you know, I wouldn't say they're set, but obviously Boston, Philadelphia, and I don't even know if I want to put Milwaukee. I don't really want to give them that much respect, but just from a top-end talent standpoint, they're better, and they're a better team than us anyway. So I'll give them 3, and I'll give Philly 1, I'll give Boston 2. So those 3, I think, will be jockeying for position for most of the season if they all can stay healthy. But 4 through, you know, 7 is all open. And I know the Pacers are hot right now, or they were. They lost to Philly last night. I think they will come back to the pack because I don't believe that they can play defense at a high level. But look, anywhere between 4 through 6, 7 is where the Knicks can be. And then for the Julius standpoint, it was a mixed bag. I liked how he was moving it early. And I like how he was responding to the double team, just making the right reads, making the easy reads, sometimes picking up the assists, sometimes picking up the hockey assists. First quarter, it was flowing. First half, it was flowing. Second quarter, really, was really when Julius got into his bag. And then in the third, fourth, it was, stagnation, some bad turnovers, and it just wasn't there for him. It just wasn't there for him. So
needed Barrett.
Yeah,
needed Broadway Barrett tonight.
We did. We missed RJ, man, and again, RJ Barrett out with a migraine. Is it a migraine? Is it the knee? I don't know. So just one of those things, man. But on a night like tonight, their superstar was able to elevate his game, and ours weren't. We couldn't match Tatum. And then when you look out there, like, who's guarding him? When he's on, and he's shooting over guys like that, good luck. Because he absolutely torched him. Absolutely torched him. And then he's shooting over Josh Hart with ease. There's no... And then Josh Hart picks up a 4-point play on Tatum, like... Some of those things were just kind of silly. But, there was really but so much a Knick defender could do on Jayson Tatum tonight. We have no wing defenders. So good luck. Good luck on that. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. KFTV Post Game Live, CP the Franchise, here with you guys, Solo Dolo. Hope everybody's doing well in the chat. Shout out to Brandon Guest, Rick Pennington, Young Kobe. Kobe says hangover migraines hit different. Oh, man. I don't think I even ever had a migraine, man. I don't think I ever had one. But, yeah. Migraine for RJ. We'll have to see what happens when they go to Atlanta on Wednesday. Shout out Brandon Guest, Rick Pennington, salute, Mr. McCormick, salute. Okay. All right, I'm going to load up on the Discord, loading them up. Sir Atlantis on the Discord. Sir Atlantis. When you hear this guy, don't mute your mic. Sir Atlantis.
Hello, CP. How are you?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm well. Can you hear me well?
Loud and clear. You live.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah. So thank you for letting me be on the show. Mm-hmm. And speaking towards the game, I'm not gonna blame Randall entirely, but my thoughts on it is more concerned with Quickly. I said this for a while. Quickly's not really a point guard. He's more of a 2 dynamic guard. And my issue with Quickly is when the games kind of get a bit tight like this, reminds me of him back in our playoff series. He kind of doesn't know what to do and is indecisive, and I don't really think that's a result of his own decision making. I think that's the offense he in, because when you have Brunson and Randall playing their isolation, you have other players around them always referring back to them when they get the ball in their hands. So I think the whole offense as a whole needs to flow way much more. Like, we play small ball. We our lineup is small ball. We don't play like a small ball team. We're not really getting it out in transition. We're not taking,
right.
Even though we shot like 40%, we're not really taking a lot of threes. We're very indecisive, and I think that all plays into the offense. So Randall's a player that Randall is. I think he's a big contribution to that stagnant offense, along with Hart. I think Josh Hart's kind of in his head a little bit. I think he's a better player than he gives himself credit for. It's just this indecisiveness has to stop. And it all starts with the flow of the offense.
Yeah. You can't be gun shy. You cannot be gun shy. And, with the Quickly situation, I just thought a lot of it was him just not really getting the shots down. But he is relied upon to playmake for this team. And so far this season, statistically, he's been great, especially out of the pick and roll, operating out in the pick and roll. And so they need that, because right now they're not getting enough playmaking from Julius or Jalen. And so Quickly kind of has to be that guy for them. You know, he really has to be that guy for them. Their inability to get points in the paint is a little bit alarming also at this point. But let's see how things carry over. But you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, the reason why their offense was able to flow last year, a lot of it was the ability of Brunson and Randall to really get it popping in isolation. It wasn't that the ball was moving. You know, they weren't the number 3 offense because of ball moving. It had nothing to do with that. It's because those two guys were getting busy, and then when they weren't, you had all second chance opportunities. On top of the fact that they were taking care of the ball, so they were getting extra possessions. They were being safe with those possessions, taking care of the ball, and then they were getting those second chance opportunities to be able to get some more points on the board, getting to the free throw line as well. So, you know, those are some of the reasons why it went well for them. Now let's see what happens when adversity strikes, but. I'd like to see some more playmaking here outside of just Quick on this team. They're going to need it.
Yeah, I agree. And if I could just say one more thing, like
Sure,
I like Quickly. I think he's a great player. I definitely love him on defense. He's a great two-way guard. My thing is, for a backup point guard, since Brunson's not going to be the person making the assists, because we look to him more as a scorer.
Yeah.
I don't see a future with him being on his team, honestly, with the front office. That's why I don't believe they didn't give him an extension. I don't see if we want a more if we're looking for a point guard, a backup point guard, I'm getting one of the Jones brothers from Wizards or Memphis. Or if we really want a two dynamic guard, I'm getting Malik Monk. I feel Quickly he's too indecisive between scoring and trying to play make, and that takes away from like his true game. You know what I mean? But if I could just ask one question, TP, like, do you think the front office, like Leon Rose and company, do you think like they watch the game where they kind of have like people with analytics and stats in their ear giving them an update? Like, I'm just curious on that.
Yeah, no, I mean, the games I've been at, they're at those games. They're there, you know, on the road. I remember last year I was in San Francisco, Golden State. They were there, whole squad. You know, Leon, Worldwide West, Brock Aller, Gerson Rosas, they were there on the road. You know, obviously in the playoffs they were there, and they're locked in. You know, you could see them. I was sitting next to them during the playoffs, and you know, they're locked in. They get their stat sheets. The Knicks PR guys fetching them their stat sheets and data. So as far as I saw, they're pretty locked in, home or on the road. So, you know, I can't say that they're just hiring guys to go out there and do their work. No, they're doing the work.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, CP, for allowing me to speak as usual.
Yeah,
enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Good
everybody.
points, man. Appreciate the call, man. Sir Atlantis on the check-in. Call us up, 657-383-1509. Or you could hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Knicks lose 114-98 to the Boston Celtics. I wanted this one. Definitely wanted this game. But tale of two halves. Absolute tale of two halves. And like I said, I don't necessarily think the defense was all that bad in the second half. The first half was good, and I just felt like a lot of the contested shots that Boston missed in the first half, they started making, and Jayson Tatum was a big part of that. He was a big part of that. The Porzingis matchup has been hard to solve, and give credit to KP, he's been good, but overall it's been hard to solve. And then you give up. How much did Doogie Howser have off the bench again for Boston? 12 off the bench, all threes. 4 for 6 from downtown. So, that's just that. Who else we got in here? Hard tackle CB, salute. Oh, amazing one, salute. Brandon Guest in here as well. Let's go. KFTV postgame live, CP the franchise here. Hope you guys are doing well. How many we got in the chat? Almost 1,000. We're creeping up on 1,000, man. So let's get those likes up. We got 100 likes. Chat's getting lazy on us these days, TM. What's going on with that, man? Hit the like button, people. Hit the thumbs up button for your boys. I'm going to start saying this in different languages soon. Likes have been getting low on the channel these days, man. People taking us for granted. Shameek from North Carolina. Shameek, how we feeling?
Peace, blessings, and positive vibes,
Peace,
big dog. How you
blessings,
doing,
and
man?
positive vibes. Doing better than the Knicks. How are you feeling?
Man, that was a tough loss. We had that in the bag. I don't know what happened second half. I really don't. But I'm still optimistic. You know, everybody was predicting that we was going 3-7 in our first 10 games.
Yeah.
Here we are 5-5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we'll hit our stride in the next few games. I think we'll go down and beat Atlanta. I'm really not too concerned, though, man. We're going to be all right. As long as we keep moving the ball, I don't know what happens. It seems like the first half we had about 15 assists, then it went to isolation ball.
Yeah.
But, again, overall, I think we're going to be all right, man. You know, we 5-5 in our first 10 games, and we was projected to be lower than that. So I'm all right. I'm optimistic. I think we'll get better as long as the season goes, when the season goes on. Trucker game, man. Peace, blessings, positive vibes, man.
Peace, blessings, and positive vibes. I'm okay with it, being 5-5 through this 10. I'm certainly okay with it. And within that 10, they had 3 back-to-backs. Like, the schedule makers are killing us here, man. You're killing us. 3 back-to-backs in 10 games. Like, damn. So, they've had to navigate that, but you got to play who's in front of you, and you got to win the games. But to go 5-5, I was hoping for, 6-4, 7-3, being a little greedy. But 5-5 is what it is. Now, another thing about the Celtics team, and you were saying the ball movement kind of got stagnant in the second half. Well, look, there's two teams playing, and I thought the Celtics, as expected, turned the heat up on the Knicks in the second half. I mean, Celtics have a good defense. They have a good defense in their own right. They have a top 10 defense, and so I thought when they turned it up on the Knicks in the second half, it means you got to work harder. It means you got to work harder to get your shots within that 24-second shot clock. And Knicks couldn't get there, so they settled and played right into Boston's hands. And then, Boston was able to capitalize on some of those turnovers, turn those into points, and then their home run hitter took them home. Because I was waiting, Tatum really was quiet to start this game off, so I was waiting to see when he was going to pop off, and he did. Fourth quarter. And then it's like times like this when I watched, and it's just like, like the lack of size and the lack of a true wing or lack of wing depth on this team it's hard to watch sometimes, man. Especially when you're seeing guys just getting, the ball shot right over their head. And here it is, prime example. Yeah, Josh Hart played 43 minutes. I thought he was going to play all 48 tonight. I thought he was going to play all 48, and that's because you had no size out there. RJ can't afford to take a break. Julius can't afford to take a break because now you're going to overwork and overuse Josh Hart. Got to get some wing depth in here, man. Got to get some wing depth in here. What's Toronto doing? They got a ton of wings, man. I don't know. Go get a Chris Boucher or something. I don't know, man. Go get a wing. It can look a little ugly out there. I mean, I get it. Number 2 defense in the league right now, but yeah, it's rough, man. All right, I'm gonna drop Shameek. I'm gonna drop you off. It's a little commotion going on back there, but yeah, I don't like it. You're playing with a small margin for error. Josh Hart got 43 minutes tonight. Quick and Grimes in the 20s. He doubled them up damn near. Damn. SOS, we need some help. $10 super chat from Wix says 8-man rotation in the second game of a back-to-back is crazy. Who else we running out there? Oh yeah, it's Charlie. When do you want to see Charlie Brown out there defending? What are we doing? Who's out there gonna guard? You gonna put McBride out there? Oh, is Obi's little brother on the bench? What's he doing? Is he in a hoodie or a shooting jacket? What are we doing? 8-man rotation. I don't know, man. Sometimes they can just get mismatched out there. Do things, my guy. Do. Salute to Do. Channel member, franchise channel member, 7 months. Says, this is why CP says, let's see what happens tomorrow with RJ, LOL. However, migraines are no joke. Everything hurts. Light noise. And then he's going into some real Mother Nature's type stuff that I won't repeat. But yeah, if it's legit, you hope he gets through it. I've never experienced that. So if how you say them symptoms are, then hey. But I just thought the timing of it was a little sus. You know what I mean? I don't even remember, has RJ even sat out a game over the course of his career with a migraine? I'm not so sure. But again, you sit out Josh Hart, who's going to try to even guard Tatum? You going to put Grimes on him? You want to put Grimes on Josh Hart? I mean, Grimes on Tatum? This is what I mean, man. And we need a wing disruptor. A wing disruptor. That's what we need. How we get it, I have no idea. But that's what we need. Looking at the schedule ahead, you got in Atlanta on Friday, at Washington in-season tournament. No, in Atlanta on Wednesday, sorry. At Washington for the in-season tournament on Friday. And then at Charlotte on Saturday. And then Monday against Cat, Ant-Man, the Gobert, the Stifle Tower in Soda. It's kind of weird. You would think that they would have done Charlotte and Atlanta before, or maybe do DC first. But they're going to down to Atlanta, up to DC, then back down to Charlotte, which, I mean, when I say down, I mean, it's not crazy far, obviously, by plane. But they kind of going, down to Atlanta, then back up north to Washington, DC, then back down to Charlotte, then crossing over west to Soda. Then you got home back-to-backs, Miami and Phoenix. So, gets a little bit lighter, but then you got some tough matchups, especially the Soda, Miami, Phoenix trio. That's a tough one right there. Definitely a tough one. And somebody said another back-to-back. Yeah, Friday, Saturday. Another back-to-back. Crazy. Friday at Washington, Saturday at Charlotte. Another back-to-back. So, for the RJ situation, let's see if he plays that set. And let's see if he made that set. I mean, maybe they were wanting to give him a one-day rest because of the next back-to-back coming. Who knows? I'm just really spitballing right now. Just pure speculation. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Oh, here he is. Let's get to him. Sounds like he got home. He made it in one piece. The Stratocaster on the Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Al, what's good? Go ahead and unmute your mic. Let's go.
Oh, man. What's good, CP? How are you doing today, bro? How are you feeling?
Man, I wanted this one, man. You heard me yesterday. You heard my tone. I wanted this one yesterday.
This game was so
and had we had RJ, I think we might have gotten this one.
I agree wholeheartedly. It's really crazy how different this team looks without RJ, man. In the 3 games that he's missed, this team just reverts back to that heavy isolation, rely on Julius and Brunson. And, man, this team, it started to look ugly towards the end of the second, but it really looked ugly in the third quarter. That's when the game was just lost. And we had, 2-3 shot clock violations? That was just...
Yeah.
We were just holding on to the rock way too long, man. A lot of indecisiveness on offense. Celtics were doing a good job at just protecting the rim and forcing Julius to make tough decisions. And everybody else, man, like even Josh Hart, there were some uncharacteristic defensive plays, but whew,
the 4-point play against Tatum.
This was a very annoying loss.
The 4-point play against Tatum was inexcusable. You can't have that, man.
and then to try to go one-on-one to go against the entire Celtics team in transition, we didn't need that, CP.
Yeah.
We did not need that at all.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, because in the half court it gets so hectic for him. He tried to force the issue, make a play. You know?
Yeah, it was tough, man. I really hate it. It's like I was with my boy. You know, he's just an NBA aficionado. He had no skin in the game, but
okay.
he's watching this game. He just wanted to see how the Knicks would play. He wanted to see how Brunson and Randall fare in live action against the Celtics team. And then in the third quarter, man, as soon as it became a 10-point lead, I told him this game got out of hand. He's like, it's only a 10-point lead. I was like, not against this team. Not against this team. Not the way that these two teams play against each other, man. These games are always tight.
Yeah.
And each possession matters. Each shot counts. When they started missing their shots, I was like, this is all over. Then Tatum starts hitting all these crazy threes from downtown.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many issues to go all around where you can't really. I thought Mitch did an okay job, but it was like
right.
Porzingis is just too tough, man.
Yeah.
7 for 11 from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown. That was a tough matchup for Mitch yet again. You have Randall losing his composure at moments throughout the game. All you're relying on is Brunson. You have Quentin Grimes, who's timid to shoot. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's looking to always pass it up. And then the bench just did not have that impact. I was looking for Emmanuel Quickly to step up tonight, CP. I was looking for Quick to step up, and he just did it, man. 1 for 10. 1 for 10 tonight. You needed Quick to be that guy who was dancing on the
with no RJ. You needed somebody to pick up that production, and Quick didn't have it tonight.
Yeah, but you needed Quick. 1 for 10 is inexcusable, man.
Yeah.
I'm not like I get that he got to the free throw line, knocked down all 4 of his free throws, but still, 1 for 10 is inexcusable, especially on a night like tonight. But then I also got to look at the head coach, because there were some questionable rotations, man. Questionable, Josh Hart getting 43 minutes, I get it that he was in his rhythm for parts of the game, especially in the first half, but we needed more shooting. You take out Grimes, who just hit 3 threes in a row, and then it's like, where'd he go?
Yeah.
He's more than a capable defender. And then I thought, that it's just stuff like that, man. Stuff like that just got under my skin, and it was just really annoying to watch just the Celtics come out with this win, especially when you get just the Boston fans, man.
Yeah, how was the vibe, man? How was the vibe? You didn't get bullied out there, did you? How was the vibe, man?
No, they tried to stir me into this, Stevie. They tried to stir me.
They tried to bait you. They tried to bait you out there.
Yeah, man. There's these couple of guys, 2-3 rows behind me, and I was cheering for whenever the Knicks were doing something right. Brunson knocking down a shot, Randall finishing through contact, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And they're like, the Knicks stink. Why are you rooting for the Knicks? This and that. I'm like, all right, bro. I looked around at him. I just shook my head, turned back. I was like, "You're not worth my time, man.
Yeah.
You're absolutely not worth my time." And he kept trying. He was tickling me for the entire game. I was like, "Bro, relax.
Yeah.
Relax out there." But look, man, the vibes, we got a lot of love. KFTV got a lot of love. There's a lot of people. We had even a couple that flew up from Florida, CP, that tuned into the show to come check out this game today, and they were a little disappointed that RJ wasn't able to play tonight.
Salute.
We had someone who goes to school out here at BU who took the train down yesterday to go watch the Knicks play the Hornets and took the train back to go watch their team play
That's dedication.
Here. So it's the dedication, man. So
That's dedication.
KFTV got a lot of love. The Knicks get a lot of love, man. That was great to see. Ran to our guy Anthony Donahue.
Shout out,
got to chop it up with him a little bit, man. Yep. We got a lot of love. Boston fans try to heckle us as normal, but their heckle game is pretty weak, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty weak.
Yeah, they seem like it, man. They seem like it. I feel like the Philly fans are a little bit different. You know what I mean? Like the Philly different. Fans, they're a little bit more inbred. You know, they're a little bit more ride or die. They're down for the cause. The Boston fans, they just like to chat. They just chatty. They're chatty.
It's just a lot of chatter, man. I mean, even like they're talking about people's weights and looks, and I'm like, that's what you got. That's it. We're going for the lowbrow stuff. Good Lord, man. You gotta do better than that.
That's the vibes, man. But you got them last time. They got us this time. We got one more. We got one more for revenge, man. One more.
It just stinks, man, because I wanted to see them. At least the thing I'll say is this, CP. Through a tough sledding of these 10 games where you have 3 back-to-backs, with more back-to-backs on the docket.
Yeah.
Knicks come away 5-5. You have RJ, who for 3 of those losses, who wasn't playing. So I'm looking like there's still the season's still too early.
Yeah.
I just really wanted this one, man. I wanted to see where this team stood against the Celtics.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
But we weren't
man.
fully healthy.
Yeah. The RJ thing, I mean, like 7 o'clock. I'm like, RJ's out of the game
with the migraine.
You know? Get that guy some, I don't know, whatever takes care of migraines. What takes care of migraines? Get him one of those things.
I would say some of the products, but they don't sponsor the show.
I got you. Right on, man. We'll get there. We will definitely get there. All right, man.
Steaks, man.
Yeah. We'll bounce back Wednesday, man.
We'll bounce back Wednesday. We got the Hawks.
Yeah.
So, they're not Boston, so that should be should be a game that the Knicks should win. Hopefully RJ is over his migraine. He can play that game and just get back on this winning track.
Yeah.
Just don't, man. Just wanted to extend this winning streak to 4. Ugh.
I feel you, man. Hang in there, my guy, but way to rep on the ground and hang in there, bro. Hang in there.
No doubt. All right, CP.
Yeah.
All right, salute to Knicks Nation, man. Salute to everyone for always tuning in.
Yep.
I'm out of here. Good work as always, bro. I'll be watching the rest of the show.
Stratocaster, salute to you, man. That was Alex Trataros, a.k.a. the Stratocaster, on the check-in, reporting live on the ground from Beantown. Put it out there on the line. Couldn't get it done. Just how it goes, man. It is just how it goes. I want to take a quick reset and salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to everybody rocking with us, man, from wherever you guys are checking in from. You just heard from Alex. We got Knicks fans tapping in with us from Florida, from Israel, from California, obviously New York, but we're live and direct all over the place. We are global, ladies and gentlemen. So we appreciate everybody for tapping in with us, and we just want you guys to support us, man. Hit that like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. And also support our sponsors. You guys know what it is, man. Manscaped, fellas. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's a ball trimmer sent from space. Yeah, the Lawnmower 5.0. Gentlemen, our friends at Manscaped have been working night and day to bring you a below-the-waist grooming experience like none other with the brand new Performance Package 5.0. Featuring the Lawnmower 5.0, and we're talking about next generation trimmer with interchangeable blade heads for whatever shave your mind can imagine. Upgrade your grooming game to the Ultra Sphere this year by going to manscaped.com and using promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. And remember, fellas, holiday time is coming up. So if you need a stocking stuffer, no pun intended, you tell lady, you tell wifey, your significant other, this is what you need, man. This is what you need. The Lawnmower 5.0. And it's a gift for you. It's a gift for her as well. So, it serves 2 purposes, right? All you need to know is no testimonials. That's it. Just go out there and get it. And they ship to the U.S., to Canada, Mexico, the U.K., France, South America, South Africa, Brazil, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, among others. So, Manscaped. That's what you do, man. Number 1 men's grooming tool below the waist. No testimonials. Go to manscaped.com. Use promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Also, I told you guys I was a winner tonight, man. Shout out to our friends at Underdog Fantasy. The CP cast out tonight. Yeah, it was a good night tonight. On Underdog, did the damn thing. Let's see who we did here. So Underdog had a promo, a flash sale on Underdog. You go to underdogfantasy.com, use promo code KFTV, instant deposit match for up to $100. So I did the Underdog Pick'em. As you know, Underdog does Pick'em games, the higher or lower for a given stat. They have a number of stats that you can choose from, a number of sports that you can play with, and it's similar to other platforms that we used here in the past, where you pick your 5 players, you pick the stats, and you just predict they're gonna do higher or they're gonna do lower than the given stat for that night. So Underdog, because we are a Knicks page, gave us a flash sale. Julius Randle, 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And that sale was from 37.5. So obviously with no RJ Barrett, I went with higher on this one, and Julius got the job done. Good job by Julius there. He got the job done, and he finished with Let me just go back to my results sheet. Julius finished with 33 points, rebounds, and assists. I went with Giannis. Bucks at home against the Chicago Bulls. I went with Giannis higher than 28.5 points. He finished with 35 on the contest. No Jay Crowder in this one. Jay Crowder out 2 months for the Bucks, so we'll see how that impacts them. I told you guys earlier about they had Emmanuel Quickley's 3-point attempts at 6.5. I thought that was way too high against this Boston team. I didn't like that number whatsoever, so I went lower, and Quick finished with two threes attempted in this game. I went with Scotty Barnes, Toronto at Washington. I went with Scotty Barnes with higher than 8.5 rebounds. He went with 9. And then also in this Knicks versus Celtics game, I went with KP, man. I thought KP's number at 18.5 points was pretty low. I thought he was going to have more than that, and he had 21 points on the night. And that was that for KP. So all in all, it was a 5-for-5 night for CP the Franchise. Put up $10, came away with 200 on the night. So not bad. Not bad at all. So once again, go to UnderdogFantasy.com. Use promo code KFTV for an instant deposit match of up to $100. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, let's go to it. You know, I just talked about Manscaped. I got to go to my guy, Tom from Huntington, right on time. Tom, what's going on?
What's up, man? How you doing? You know me, Rapid Fire King. Had to give you a quick phone call. A little disappointed. I really wanted this game, but you know, once I found out that RJ wasn't playing, I was like, you know what, it's not. I don't know. I didn't have a feeling, especially like late in the game. I knew something was going to happen, especially with the points in the paint. Like RJ really helps with that, and he's like the one that gets Mitch involved, like offensively, for the most part. If you notice that with his cuts and everything, but. You know, I get migraines, you know, and basically I haven't had one in a long time. You know why? Because of Manscaped.
That's right.
You know, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
But but like I said, man, I'm just, you know, the thing that scares me with Boston, I think we can compete with them. But the one thing that bothers me with them is that we go small, they go big. Pause.
Pause.
But I mean, that's the problem, and they switch everything.
Right.
Like if you notice, like we don't really have a lot of guys that can beat their man off the dribble. I mean, because the main guy with the handle is really Brunson, you know, and our guys can't really, like, they do a little shake and bake, but they don't really go anywhere. And they're switching everything. So it's like, you could see tonight they gave us some trouble. So anyway, like I said, I know it's early in the season. You know, I'm happy, 500 is not great, but it could be a lot worse right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll take it. And aside from that, like I said, man, Rapid Fire, best show for the fans, by the fans. And keep up the good work, and we'll definitely talk soon.
Tom from Huntington on the check-in. He goes rapid fire. He salutes the sponsors. Catches himself from a potential flagrant 3. Tom, he hits it all on all the buttons. He knows the protocol, man. That is a well-learned KFTV viewer, man. Shout out to Tom from Huntington. Look, it was good to see Brunson get back on track. I thought it was good to see him get back into his bag offensively. 10 and 21 from the field for JB. He was really cooking. He was shredding them. 26 points. And I thought, again, even especially in the first half, I thought Julius was really good. But couldn't sustain it. And then when Tatum erupted, that was all she wrote. Good night, the lights. Good night, the lights. Also in this game, let's look at some of the key stats of the night. You had both teams shooting damn near 40% from 3. For the Knicks, 43%. Celtics, 44. Shooting 43 threes, and Knicks shooting 35. So they were right there neck and neck. But Boston ended up shooting 50% from the field. Knicks 41. Knicks cooled down tremendously in the second half. 70% from the free throw line for the Knicks. Got to tighten up there. 93 for the Celtics. Rebounding battle was fairly the same. 27 assists for the Knicks. Only 17 for the C's. Definitely don't like that. Fast break points wasn't much for either team. And then points in the paint, man. 34-18. 34-18. Points in the paint. Knicks got to clean that up, man. We got to get more aggressive in there and start executing. But again, give credit to Boston because their half-court defense is number 2 right now in the league. Last year, they were number 3. Year before that, they were number 1. So their half-court defense, despite adding players and subtracting some of their players, is still there. It's still there. 89.2 points per play. That's good for third in the league. So give credit there. Give credit there. Teams are, and they're number 2 in the league in terms of opponents' effective field goal percentage, and number 3 in terms of rim defense. Opponents only shooting 59.8% at the rim against the Celtics. So give them credit. Because Porzingis is helping them there. Horford adds a little bit of dimension there. They haven't really skipped a beat since losing Robert Williams. So their rim defense seems to be almost even better right now. And I thought that kind of deterred the Knicks from trying to get some drives into the paint. But it really shouldn't, because that's part of what makes their offense good. They got to get in there. They got to get in there. Andrew H. says, where's our half-court defense right now? Let's see. Well, the Knicks came into this thing with the number 2 ranked defense overall. And their, let's see, defense, shooting accuracy, scoring and cleaning the glass. Knicks are 3rd in half-court defense, according to cleaning the glass. Knicks are 3rd in half-court defense. 106.4 points per possession allowed. So there that is. And in terms of shooting accuracy from 3, they're number 11th in the league in terms of opponents' three-point shooting percentage at 34.3%. And number 14 in the league in terms of opponents' effective field goal percentage at 53.2%. But at the rim, which last year they were 4th in terms of rim accuracy, opponents' rim accuracy, they were good. This year they're 24th. So that's interesting. That's an interesting dynamic. Let's see what happens as the season plays on. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Oh, let's go to him. Let's go to the closer of the night. It is none other, ladies and gentlemen, than the rhyme animal, Chuck D, in the building. Chuck, how you feeling, man?
Well, number one, salutes to Nick Nation out there.
Yep.
I have a technological thing I'm working out, but this is November, right?
Oh, good. We're working through it.
And I won't even get into the tech company because they don't sponsor KnicksFanTV. That right. All of a sudden took out the headphones, and now I got to work with buds, and I can't plug anything in, and I'm old. Well, anyway.
Yeah, all good.
So I'm working with all kinds of pads and gadgets. I can't say the company's name, but you know, I got beat down with that. But I no further ado.
Yeah,
this is why we got KnicksFanTV. Big up to Knicks Nation. It's like I'm a number 1 fan of everybody calls in and their point of view, and that's very important. So I got to say what's up to Andrew H, Russell Whiskey in the Mosh, Eddie Suarez, JJ, Junior Coroma. Also, Father Peace, KG, Cody Glock, Greg Weiner, you know, TM, and we go on and on to the break of dawn. So,
for sure.
I just like say, hey, listen, man, Tatum is Tatum, man, superstar.
Yeah.
There's only 10 superstars in the league, man, for me. I think everybody's a rising star, falling star, or a star, and I just think our development is what it is. But I won't procrastinate on that. But, you know, we're going to be in there in the long run. And I never, ever thought, and I might get a tomato truck driven at me on this one. I never thought that I would be like, you know what? We so halfway in so far with Tibbs. We got no room for error.
Yeah.
We can't miss no players. We can't make no mistakes with this team. And wishing for a superstar, I don't think that's going to come. So I just think that was one of these things is that the NBA is the new NFL. Players will get hurt. Teams will fall off. Teams will start to tank. And I think we're still going to be there. But, you know, it's a long year. It's November. I'm getting my tech game together so I can be able to call in on the Discord without getting tomatoes tossed at me. And hopefully stay online with you, Alex, CK2, cannot lose my mind. But, yeah, man, Julius and JB and our squad that's under 6'6".
Man, Man.
I mean, hey, listen. I feel better now. This is the line right here, and I'll keep it rapid fire on this.
Mm-hmm.
I feel better with Tibbs with our team going into February than the Bucks feel with their team with Griffin as their coach, because I don't see that working long term. I don't see the Clippers, and the Clippers ain't gonna work long term. They got 4 stars. They ain't superstars, but they building them up so they could sell that new Balmer arena I just drove next to early in the week.
How's it looking, man? How's it looking into it?
Yeah, you got the Sphere in Vegas. This thing is second to that. So they need names to pack the seats. It's gonna be a big party. Yeah. It's gonna be a big party place. So it ain't about the Clippers winning. It's just about them holding the fort so they could get their party up in that new building. Then they're gonna have to win. Then you'll see changes. So I feel good where we are about who we are. But I mean, I ain't gonna front. No room for error. No missing players. Everybody got to be 100% tilt. Never, ever lose effort because, look, we're going up against the Hawks. Every single one of these teams could whip out there. Mm-hmm. I'm serious right now. With no effort and no belief in Tibbs and going following through, we're a 35-win team. In full belief with our team and everybody staying together, focus at least this year, defense and going into February and March and luck on our side of being healthy, we a 50-win team. So right there, it's 15 games either here or there. So that's where we at. That's the team we have. And I'll just leave it at that. And I'm glad that I finally figured out how to work Airbud on the phone.
There we go. Salute.
Salute, Nick Nation.
Appreciate it, man. It's the Rhyme Animal Chuck D on the Discord on the Airbuds. That's probably the best reception I've heard on the Airbuds. TM, what do you think, man? Everybody else is scrambled. I don't know, man. Seen a lot of fives in the chat. Throw a hashtag PE in the chat for the legend. Chuck D. Gregory Weiner says, great close, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to close with the Rhyme Animal there, man. And as he said, our 6'6" and under team. Hey, see what happens over the course of the season, man. But it's just seeing Jayson Tatum just shoot effortlessly, undeterred. It's frustrating. See how we handle it. We'll see how we handle it. Joe Mazulla was complimentary of the Knicks. We'll see what Joe Mazulla had to say about coaching against the Knicks, why he likes this matchup. Here's Joe Mazulla, courtesy of NBC Sports Boston. Here he is.
Not scared of you. It's a rivalry. They play physical. Is he the type of games you enjoy coaching to see how you guys will respond?
Yes.
It seems like the Knicks aren't afraid of you guys.
No, it's the best.
I mean, what do you take from a game like this where they punched and you guys punched last, you put them away, but it just seemed like you guys come away with some bruises here, but it seems like a satisfying win.
Yeah. I mean, in any fight you're going to have bruises. I heard a great analogy, Gary. If you get into a fight and you don't have any bruises, that's called bullying. And if you get into a fight and you have some, then it's a real fight. And so I enjoy those. I love games like this because, like you said, it's going to reveal who we are, what we've been doing, and where we need to get better. And I thought our guys showed great humility and understanding that we didn't play our best and we were only down 1. And so, like, there's a sense of gratitude there where it's like you know who you are as a team because you're not playing as well as you can be and you're only down 1. You got to be thankful for that because it could be a lot worse. And I thought our guys just stuck with it with the right mindset.
All right. Well, that was Joe Mazulla, man. Thought it was a physical affair, and I thought so as well, man. I thought the Knicks did battle, at least for one half of basketball. They did battle. It was a physical game. It was a defensive game. Most of these Boston versus Knicks affairs usually goes under on the over-under point totals. Second half, a better team prevailed, and that was the Boston Celtics. 114-98. Knicks fall in Beantown. He had Brunson with 26, 4, and 3. Randall 25, 9, and 4. RJ, we need you get better. And we hope that he comes back and rejoins the team down in the A in Atlanta when the Knicks take on the Hawks again in Atlanta this Wednesday, and that will be our game of the week. So stay tuned on Tuesday for the game of the week preview, and then Wednesday night, play-by-play live, hosted by JD Sports Talk, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Looking forward to that one. And yeah, man, great show. Salute to the mods, salute to Edgar, salute to TM, salute to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, salute to Gamma, salute to Alex out there in Beantown, salute to Tyler on the highlights. If anybody else I forgot, listen, it's all love, man. KFTV, Team KFTV works very hard. Salute to Jalen, the KFTV Jalen, salute to the Knicks chick, salute to CK, JD, everybody. And that's that, man. Remember that this show is available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Catch us on all podcast formats. Salute to the replay gang, though, if you missed today's show live. Salute to the replay gang. And once again, people, please support what we do. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. And we are asking you to do the same by doing some simple things. Hit the like button when you come in. Hit the thumbs up button when you come in. Share the video. Hey, just throw it out. Share it on Twitter. Throw it out there. Text a friend. Hey, yo, check this out. This is what I'm into right now. This is the #1 show for the fans, by the fans. And subscribe to the channel. Simple. 3 simple things. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. All right. That's about it, man. But hey, listen, we got some more content on the channel. If you guys missed my interview with Bill Daughtry on my WFAN show, The Franchise on the Fan, make sure you guys tap into that. We had a great conversation. Tomorrow, I will be on David Tyree's podcast, headed over to the city, former Giant Super Bowl hero David Tyree. I'll be on David Tyree's show tomorrow, and then we'll see you guys we'll also have game of the week preview on Tuesday, and then we'll see you Wednesday for Knicks versus Hawks, man. Tough loss, but we'll bounce back. 5-5 through 10. Time to keep it pushing. RJ, we need you. CP the Franchise. I'm out of here. Great